Hello, if you're watching this video, it means both you and I survived Free Comic Book Day and have lived to tell the tale. So what exactly happened on Free Comic Book Day? Well, it was a lot.
It was a ton of stuff, guys. We had the first customer lined up at 6 p.m. the night before we opened for Free Comic Book Day, before we even closed the store.
We were still here working, and he showed up, and then the next group showed up at 7 p.m. and they brought a TV. And then another group showed up half an hour later. They brought video games, and I need to stress this: these people did not know each other. These were unrelated. By the end of the night, though, they were best friends.
They got to know.
We set up a couple tents for them. We gave them some power. We made sure a staff member was around each time. The group grew to about 30 to 40 people by midnight, to expanding over more as the morning went on. I went home and got a couple hours of sleep, came back, took care of the group there. But guys, Free Comic Book Day was amazing. We actually were confronting one of our biggest fears. Several years ago, we did a Free Comic Book Day event here, back when he and I were just employees here. And it was a huge rainstorm. It took the entire energy out of the day. No one showed up. So this was kind of cool. We got to kind of confront this big fear of ours and conquered it. So we learned a lot this year. We can't wait for Free Comic Book Day next year. We're already planning for other events like the local comic shop day. But be sure to go ahead and check out right here some of the stuff that happened.
Absolutely. We've got our interview with Matt Wilson coming up. So stay tuned, and please give us a like, follow, and subscribe. Don't forget to follow us over on Whatnot. We're going to be streaming every Friday at 2 o'clock.
Let's go ahead and show them what we got.
All right, guys, I'm walking up to Free Comic Book Day. We're about to check out the line here. Let's see what it looks like. Are you recording? Awesome. Who are you and what are you doing here?
My name's Knox Tabor. I'm here for Free Comic Book Day.
I heard that you got here at 6 o'clock yesterday. Is that correct?
Yep, 6:06.
6:06, people. What was your plan of action getting here that early?
So the idea was just get here, before anyone. So like we were originally gonna camp out and wait for the store to close, but then I got paranoid. So we hopped in line. I popped my head in the door and said, "Hey, Grant, we're setting up," and he was like, "Now?" But a good thing, because the people after us showed up at 6:30.
My God, that's crazy. What's your plan of action as soon as you get in here? Is there anything you are looking for, grabbing, or are you just going in there and going crazy?
Omega Man number 3 in the dollar deals.
My dude. All right, thank you so much, Knox. We'll see you in there.
I'm Ryan. I am here at Nirvana Comics with Matt Wilson here on Free Comic Book Day. Hopefully everything has been going well today for you today.
Yeah, today ruled.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, we thank you for coming here. You are actually here signing for your personal books that you have as well.
Yep.
And on top of that, our exclusive book that we have right here, the Dick Tracy cover. You were doing remarks, signatures, getting it graded, all that, the whole shebang. But I was hoping I could sit there and ask you a few questions today, if that's all right with you.
Yeah.
So I was wondering what company / studio kind of gave you the chance to start working in comics?
So the first comic I did was for a book called Mindset from Vault.
Okay.
And I got put on by a company called The Comic Men. So they're the ones who hired me to do that one.
Heard of them?
And it was sick just because it was a weird book.
Oh, yeah.
That's kind of my MO. It was a whole book about mind control and all that. And if you ever see the cover, I hit a little quote from my favorite Pixies song in it too. So if anyone wants to look up Mindset and go find my Pixies reference, it's
there you go.
Yeah.
That
Plus, it
sounds
came
awesome.
out in foil and it was shiny.
I did notice mostly with your art style that you've been doing recently with your Noctera books and the World Tree books, you kind of have the more paint splatter art to that. What kind of drew you to something kind of that style?
So I've always been super messy with art. I just find it more fun. I'm really into texture. I find smooth things boring to me. So I've always been just
the levels of kind of the paint splatter building
the
up.
The messier I can get it, the happier I usually am.
Oh.
That's just, if she's seen it too. When I finish something, I'll look at it and be like, it's not crappy enough. Like there's been times where I've taken art, it's finished, I run over it with my car, and then I scan it back in again because I'm like, there we go. Now I got more cracks and goop and garb and all.
I've got more stuff to add to it.
Yeah. I'm like, if it's too clean, it's no good.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
And then before we started doing the interview, you told me that you were drawn to villains.
Yeah.
What's kind of like the thing that draws you to those characters?
I just think they're more fun. It's like the bad guy is always more exciting. I don't know where I heard the quote, but I remember someone once said that every villain is the hero of their own story.
Oh, I know that exact quote.
Yeah.
Same issue. I don't know who did it, but I know that exact quote you're talking about.
I just think it's interesting. So I'm like, it's way cooler to do crazy stuff
more of
than
the
to solve crimes.
the bad boys or bad guys of the stories.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, who doesn't like trouble? I'd much rather have trouble than
just
I love
easy.
Batman.
Yeah.
But like the Joker's way more interesting.
Yeah, the people like the Batman, like the Jokers, the Mr. Freeze, all those kind of styles. Okay.
Yeah,
I gotcha.
Because Mr. Freeze is a great example.
Oh yeah.
He's not really a bad guy.
Nope.
He just ended up doing bad things.
We can thank Bruce Timm for that one, seeing as how he did the whole revamp of his story.
Yep. And if you really want to thank someone, it's Arnold Schwarzenegger, who really mastered the character.
Who really mastered destroying an entire franchise.
Listen,
but
the best part about that movie is that Mr. Freeze, a man who has to be cold, goes back to his cave and puts on wool slippers and a bathrobe
to keep warm while all of his henchmen have icicles coming from their noses trying to keep warm.
It makes no sense.
No, at all.
I love it.
But it's like the same thing of like how do diamonds keep a body cold?
That's actually
how he powers his gun.
That's true. Well,
he has to get the biggest diamond to sit there and freeze Gotham.
The kids call it ice.
Rap lyrics. I blame rap lyrics for that one, which works for me.
Yeah. I'm fine with it.
What would you say that your best cover is that you would probably say the one that either A, companies are drawn to, or B, audiences drawn to, / or compared to what would you call your personal best?
The one that's brought most of the eyes to me is the World Tree cover I did, partially because it's World Tree and everyone loves it.
Everybody jumped onto the number one for that one. Yeah,
people went nuts for that. My favorite that I've done is my Creep Show, just because I'm a horror movie guy. I'm a creepy, again, the villains. Everyone in Creep Show is a villain. And I got to, going back to where we talk about texture and messiness and all that. That is like 8 different mediums that got done. There's watercolor, there's ink washes, there's collage, there's Xerox, there's all types of craziness on that.
I gotcha. Yeah. Which, I mean...
Actually, that's when I ran over with my car. So there's an exact proof.
Added texture.
Yeah.
So we actually got a question from our friend Tony over here. He sat there and asked, if you could live as a background character in any TV show / movie, what would it be?
Yeah, so I got the tip off on this one. And this is hard for me because I said in my youth, I would say Baywatch because I'm trashy.
Reasons?
You know, I love the sand.
Sandy beaches, calm waves, blonde hair,
just boogie boarding all
that.
Day. Yeah. How do you tell them from the 90s? In reality, it'd probably be something. someone said it before too, like a Twilight Zone or
Oh yeah.
something weird where I don't have to be the character and I can just watch people fall
You're not
apart.
the one dealing with the bullshit.
Yeah. I just the complete insanity. I don't want to be on Friends or something like that. That sounds awful. I don't even want to watch it.
Just be in the cafe that nobody's gonna notice.
Yeah. But
I was in one episode of Friends.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah.
I saw Pamela Anderson. Now I care.
Now I'm back in. No, I think something like a Twilight Zone, anything that's I don't have to be involved in, if that makes sense. I really want to. I don't.
I'm there, but I'm not there.
I don't want to be like behind Walter White, having to run for my life or something like that. I want to sit in some sort of diner and watch William Shatner get in trouble.
There you go. There you go. Earlier, you and me actually talked about shoes for a minute. We talked about the Shooter McGravin Ultra Boost.
Yeah, and you spent my money.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What would you say on it? Like, as somebody who's into shoes as well, I'm mostly Jordan 1s, but what would you say is a shoe that like absolutely just I can't wear these? Just I wore them once, I will never do it again.
Because I don't like them.
Because you don't like them, you don't like the look, you don't like the feeling, the price.
So what the Dunks are the worst sneakers of all time.
Oh yeah.
I hate them. They're stupid and they're dumb.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a massive horror movie fan. The Freddy Krueger Dunks are awful, and I hate them. And they were supposed to be destroyed.
They're
Stop selling them for $10,000.
beyond overpriced.
Yeah.
Everybody keeps saying that there's limited stock of them, and yet when you go to any convention, shoe convention
40
ever, there's a billion of them just sitting at somebody's booth, and they're like, "It's not fake, it's real. Show me it's real."
It's
How?
Yep. And then most people hate this, but white Air Force Ones because I just don't like white shoes.
I'm not
even though
huge.
they're like a staple.
No, I'm not huge on those. They're staple for certain people, but I've never been huge on them. Dr. Dre has, I think he said at one point he has at least 500 in his closet at one point in time.
Really?
The second one gets scuffed, dumpster, and he gets another pair. He did it on an interview once, and I was like, I don't know what. I don't even want to know how much he gets paid.
It's scary.
But
if you
okay,
have that much money, get like some more comfortable ones. Like,
well, it's not even the fact of comfort for him. It's like, oh, I scuffed it once. Garbage.
I mean, like, I don't ever put on Air Force Ones and go, wow.
No.
I want to wear these the rest of my life.
No, it's just a lot of them are just the most basic shoe.
You know what I would have said at one point was Crocs. I love them now.
I hate Crocs.
I did.
I hate Crocs.
So I hated Crocs, and I dropped a giant metal plate on my foot and couldn't wear shoes for 6 months, and I realized Crocs rule. They're just slippers with
cause and effect. Cause and effect with those.
They're amazing.
Now, I don't know if like this transitions over very well, but we also talked about kind of conventions for a little bit.
Yeah.
What would you, if you could say, what would you say would be your worst convention?
So I actually told someone this earlier. It's my favorite thing that's ever happened at a convention because I don't understand how anyone felt comfortable saying it. I was hanging out. It was a show in Connecticut, and a guy walks by, looks at my table, goes, "Oh, what's all this?" I said, "Oh, this is my
me.
work.
This is me.
Yeah, this is my work." And he goes, "Well, who are you?" And I said, I'm Matt Wilson."
Hi.
And he just goes, "Oh, so then you're nobody." And I was like, oh. And like, here's the thing. Like, yeah, that's true.
But
like,
still.
I'm like, who says that to a person?
I'm going to pay like $100 to get into this convention or however much the ticket price of the door was.
Yeah,
walk in here and just absolute dog on somebody.
Like the funny thing, I get it. Like, you don't have to like my stuff. That's
no.
cool. Just walk by and be like, I was like, the problem is that no one's scared of like a repercussion. I'm like, I can't imagine rolling by. Imagine coming to the store and being like, "What do you guys sell?"
He just walks up there.
Those are crap, right? All right, have a good day. And you're just like, my livelihood, like
everything you've done, bad.
Yeah, you waste your time.
Gosh.
Same show. Guy comes up and goes, "Is this AI?"
Oh my gosh.
I go, "Nah," and he goes, "Prove it."
I overheard you talking a little about that of like how is like you almost feel disrespected in the fact of they brought it up.
Yeah, I was like, first off, prove it. I'm like, how do you prove that?
Yeah, it's like this is the work I have at my table. Either A, I'm selling somebody else's stuff, or B, I'm the dude who's on the face of this book.
And like second off, like, all right, that's fair, you're worried about it. But also you're basically just like, hey, you didn't do anything, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, man.
That's not
brutal. I started putting little signs out that says like, I do not use AI. Like,
especially whenever everybody starts talking like with the interior art
and
all that stuff, that's the big thing. Like cover art, it's a little bit easier to sit there and be like, no, this is my stuff. It's like, oh, that's cool. It's like, I like your work. I'm going to get one of your covers. Interior art is whenever you get to the actual thing of like, oh, there's deadlines and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Which,
I mean, I understand, like, I don't like AI. I mean, like, there's things it's good for. I don't think art is one of them.
If you can do it for the sole purpose of getting it, like getting something at least done to where like, it's not gonna do money for anything. It's just the little thing of like, oh, I need a picture of a goat for some reason in the background of this movie.
Yeah.
What's that gonna do? It's not gonna harm the movie.
Yeah.
It's not gonna harm the actors.
Yeah.
It's not gonna harm the work that was done before the movie. It's just
like my
whatever.
Google's been using AI, but puts all my mail in important, unimportant categories. I'm like, that's fine. And you can AI that.
You
but like,
you could do that.
yeah, I don't mind that. But I'm like, when you start being like, I created this, it's like, how? And I'm like, I typed, I love cheese, and then cheese happened.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, that's I don't like that.
So I was also going to ask you. So let's say for some reason you're past a deadline on a book.
Yeah, that would never happen.
Something happens.
What are you talking about?
It's like, no, it never happens at all. But if you are sit there for some reason, you're like, okay, I'm stressed out. I'm past deadline on a book.
Yeah.
What would you say would be a last minute food that you would sit there and just have you keep going to get past that deadline just to turn out the book and get it done?
Okay, I'll give you an exact scenario because it's not something to be proud of, but it happened. So last year, I was doing a cover for a group called Comics Curing Cancer, cheap plug, who are amazing. They basically raise money for cancer research and treatment and all this through comic.
Very nice.
Yeah. And I got a last-minute cover job for it. We're going to raise all this money, and I got COVID. And I was like, oh, this is great, right? Felt like crap for a day. Feel a little bit. I'm like, all right, we're going to crush this. They're like, you have till midnight tonight. And I'm like, no
this
problem.
This is going to be great.
I got it. And that was the night that I learned that if you give me a cheeseburger and Dayquil, the day after I get COVID, I will crush a cover. Hours, it is done.
A cover. What was the cover?
It was for a book called Unnatural Order.
Oh my gosh!
And I was on. I don't even know what happened.
Just
but I was
cloud
like,
nine the whole way.
Yeah. Like, it was one of those things. Like I didn't feel terrible, but I did not feel good. And I emailed.
Did you get the thing where it's just like I can't taste anything? Did you get one of
I was
those?
Good there.
Really?
What happened? I got a bad headache and I was tired and all that. And I like emailed the publisher and I was like, yeah, here's what happened. I was like, I think I'm gonna die for like a day. And they're like,
but your work's done.
And they said to me like, well, you have till midnight. And I'm like, let's go.
Death cover.
Apparently, if there is a deadline, Dayquil, double cheeseburger there's a place near me called Frankie's that slaps. That's my hot spot. I don't encourage it. It doesn't sound healthy.
It worked.
It worked that time. It worked. Hopefully, I'm never in that scenario again. But if I am, I'll give it a run.
And then also, I was going to ask you, what is an obscure character that you would actually would love to draw, either interior art style or cover style?
Okay, all kidding aside, Alf would be awesome.
If they brought back the Marvel books.
An Alf comic right now. Oh, and then the other one that I would probably love to do, just because I'm a dork for it, would be Howard the Duck.
Really?
I don't know if he's really obscure, but he's definitely not like a mainstream.
It's obscure enough if you sit there and go like, oh, it's like, I know this. It's like there's a duck from the comics. But then you start bringing up the movie. Yeah.
Actually, you know what? I take it back. I'll tell you the one because it was my dream as a child to be rich off this. The comic Super Pro.
Which okay.
Most people don't remember, was an NFL-sponsored Marvel
That's
comic.
Right, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
But when I was a kid, this was the first time I ever was like, I can resell comic books. And I must have bought 100 copies of number one. I'm like, boom, college paid for it.
College paid
Look
for
at this. I got 100 copies of Super Pro 1. This is how it works.
Fantastic.
It didn't. But that way, if I could draw Super Pro... Oh man! First issue had Spider-Man in it too for no reason. He just swings through.
Why not?
Yeah.
Got to put something to make money in there.
I think what happened is they got the book done. They're like, guys, this is not gonna work. And they're like, Spider-Man.
Slap Spider-Man on it. It
works.
Put
him on there. But yeah, that's not a good call. But yeah, I would draw the hell out of Super Pro.
Fantastic.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Matt at the end of our interview would like to sit there and have everybody talk about what they're doing currently. So if there's anything coming out that you'd like to talk about.
Yeah, for sure. I've got a Flash Gordon book coming out in a little bit. Couple Image titles coming towards the end of the year that may or may not lean on the spooky end of thing, which is what I'll say to keep me out of trouble.
Fantastic.
And a couple other things I'm actually working on, chatting with Mad Cave about to have coming as well. And then I'll just be at every convention under the sun.
Perfect.
So
We Be Heroes?
Yes.
Heroes, there you
Terrificon, New York Comic Con, New Jersey Horror Fest. I don't know. Go to Jinx Removing Studio on Instagram.
Perfect.
And I'll be all over that.
Well, I will be seeing you at Heroes Con.
Yeah.
It's perfect. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
That's it.